Harry Potter gave us lots of books, movies, games, websites, fanfics, and fan-made videos, and not a single official TV series.
Which is such a pity. Even if the story of Harry Potter and his friends growing up and fighting against Voldemort is complete, there are still plenty of characters and storylines that deserved more attention than they received.
For example, number 1, the stories of Fleur and Victor Crumb. It's disappointing that we've only seen a mere glimpse of the students from the other schools of witchcraft and wizardry. A series that followed the lives of 2 students in Durmstrang and Beauxbaton would have given us more knowledge about the existing alternatives to Hogwarts and the various teaching approaches when it came to teaching children about magic. Besides, Victor Crumb and Fleur are characters that are clearly interesting enough on their own. They deserve to be more than simple background characters in other people's adventures.
Number 2. Lily and Petunia's story of childhood and youth. We've seen Lily through Snape's eyes and through Harry's memories and family photos, but we never got to hear her story from her own point of view. And we also never got to hear or see the true side of Petunia, who seemed like an extremely unpleasant woman throughout all of the books and movies. Apparently she was bitter and jealous of her sister throughout her whole life. Did their parents love Lily more because she was special? How did Lily and Petunia's relationship change over the years? Did Petunia have any regrets when Lily was gone? See, there are so many unanswered questions. We just think that this would have been an interesting story to hear.
Number 3, Lupin and Tonks' love story. These two deserve so much more disclosure than they got in the books and especially in the movies. We definitely should have seen more of these two together. It would have also been nice to have known what Nymphadora's parents' reaction would have been once they found out that she was dating a werewolf as well. Though Andromeda Tonks shouldn't be surprised by her daughter's unconventional choice. It runs in the family.
Number 4, Hedwig's Tale. Okay. This wouldn't have been as deep and as dramatic as most of the Harry Potter storylines that could be turned into TV series. But just imagine an animated series about the life of an owl of the Chosen One in particular, and all the owls in the wizarding world in general. It would be both exciting and funny.
Number 5, The Marauders Tale. Many years ago, James, Sirius, Remus, and Peter were best friends. Sometimes they made terrible mistakes, and yet they were always there for each other. They didn't know that Peter would later become a traitor, that Potter would die protecting his family because of Peter's betrayal, and that Sirius Black would be considered responsible for all that after spending years in Azkaban for a crime that he didn't commit, while Remus Lupin would end up alone, losing all of them. We need to know more about their friendship and all of the good days that they shared, as well as all of the darkness they used to fight against when they grew up.
Number 6, Tom Riddle and Death Eater's Hogwarts story. How did a half-blooded orphan convince the Golden Children from pure-blood families to follow his lead and became you-know-who? We know the scraps of information about Lord Voldemort's rise, but it would be nice to see how he grew up, how he influenced and corrupted those around him in Hogwarts, as well as all the stories of all the Death Eaters. How did Bellatrix Lestrange turn into a monster? When did Lucius Malfoy think for the first time that it might not be that entertaining to follow Voldemort's orders? All of this would make a dark but definitely thrilling TV series.
Number 7, Dudley Dursleys sitcom. Imagine, you've been a favorite child in your mediocre normal family for your whole life. The only abnormal person in your house is your feeble cousin who sometimes talks to snakes. But other than that, everything is fine. Then, all of a sudden, your house gets attacked by owls. Your parents start to act very strange, and it turns out that your weird cousin, who has always been considered a black sheep in the family, is a hero of the wizarding world and a mighty wizard himself. And a giant takes him away from your house to a school of witchcraft. Since that very moment, none of your school summers have been even remotely normal. So yes, a sitcom from Dudley Dursley's point of view would be hilarious.
Number 8, Neville's family story. Even though Neville is one of the major characters in the book, he doesn't get as much attention as a potential chosen one deserves. What were his parents like before they got tortured into madness? How did Hogwarts change Neville? What were the details of Neville's relationship with his grandmother and his other relatives? Was it odd for him to study next to the chosen one? To someone he could become? It would be interesting to explore these questions and potential storylines in the Harry Potter books and movies, particularly from Neville's point of view.
Number 9, Dumbledore's relationship with his siblings and Gellert Grindelwald. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them don't seem to cover Dumbledore's story with Ariana and Aberforth. And even with the vague details that we did get on Dumbledore and Gellert don't quite reveal the relationship when they were young. Dumbledore's family tragedy and the romance between Albus and Gellert would make great material for a miniseries.
Number 10. Alternative series. What if Harry became friends with Draco? What if Tom Riddle was never taken away from the orphanage? What if Lily chose Severus Snape? What if Neville was the chosen one? What if Ron died at the end? What if all Marauders ended up alive and well by the end of the war with Voldemort? A series made out of short episodes with alternative twists to the main Harry Potter universe would definitely be interesting to watch.
What storyline would you like to be the basis for a Harry Potter TV series?
Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to Cartoon Junkies.